Hello, everyone. Today's rant is a topic I think is very important, a rant on rudeness. Now, rudeness has pretty much been around forever, pretty much. And, I remember my parents sometimes telling me that, when they were growing up, you had your rude people, but not a lot of people were rude. The majority of times they were nice people. But it wasn't as bad as it is now in our friggin' modern society. Sometimes I hate this damn society, but nowadays people, it's like they don't give a crap, and they have gotten even ruder and ruder by the second. That is not cool, and it's not even funny. So here's my rant on rudeness. The first thing that's really rude is about men opening doors for women. Now, there are some men that do open doors for women. And as men, we should, always open the door for a lovely lady. We just think it's right. Now, there are some men that just don't give a crap, and they don't open the door for a woman. They'll probably just slam the door on her, or they probably just wouldn't wait for her to come on in to keep the door open for them. And that's really rude. That really is rude. And women, they shouldn't be treated like that. Trust me, there are some men that do that. And if you don't believe me, here's Stephanie Tanner from Full House to prove it to you. Take it away, Stephanie. How rude. Thanks, Stephanie. Yeah, but anyways, it's very important that, men should always open the door for women. I just think it's right. Next is people not saying excuse me. Now, you'll have some people that may bum rush you or knock you down, and they don't even bother try to help you up or even say excuse me or I'm sorry, I didn't mean to run into you. It's like they just continue going. What kind of crap is that? That's really rude. You don't do that. I mean, how would you feel if someone bum rushed you and they didn't say they were sorry or say excuse me? What kind of crap is that? Are you serious? Are you really serious? That's just not right. Nobody should ever be treated like that. If you say excuse me, then say you're sorry, and I will accept your apology. No matter what. Accidents happen. But if you just bum rush me and don't say excuse me at all, and you just go your way and you don't give a crap, you're dead meat. Next is people being rude at concerts. Now, you'll have, people that are rude at concerts, like if they stand up and they cheering or whatever, and they their backs are showing in front of you and their butts are in the way and you can't see a darn thing, and they ask you to please move out the way, they probably won't. I remember my mother going to a concert to see singer Maxwell. It was quite I think like a few months ago. And this lady, she got up, cheering and stuff. My mom was trying to see, Maxwell perform. And she asked her nicely to move out the way. And she was being sarcastic and all, being smart. Think she was being funny and all. She was being like, you'll be all right. I know she wanted to drop kick her. That is absolutely rude. Lady, just move your butt out of the way. Sit down so other people can watch the concert. What the hell is wrong with you? Then there's taking your attitude out on people. Now, there are some people that usually take their attitudes out on people for no reason at all, even if you didn't do nothing wrong. They just take it out on you like it's a free country. I mean, yes, it's a free country, but it's like a free will to them. And usually people will take out on others, like if they are in a heated argument with someone, and I guess to not talk about or whatever, or make themselves feel better, they usually have to take it out on the other person, even though they didn't do nothing wrong. And that's sad, because that person didn't do nothing wrong to them, so why would you take it out on them? My advice is that if you just, got into an argument or something has made you angry or something or someone, then you should at least, take the time before seeing someone else and think for a second. I need to cool down. Me taking out anyone else just because of this silly argument or whatever, or this silly person, I can't take it out on anyone. It isn't right. So my advice is you should just, think first, then, be careful what you do. It isn't right for people to take their attitudes out on you. Then there's people not responding. There are some people that you may say hi or hello or good morning, good evening or whatever, and they may not respond. They just ignore you. Really? Really? That's how it's going to be? Are you serious? And I really think that's really rude. Now, I remember back in high school, I remember I said hi to some people a couple of times, and they never respond sometimes. And it just got under my skin. I got really pissed about it because I didn't deserve this. I didn't do nothing wrong. I really didn't. And if you're in a funky mood, then just deal it with it somewhere else. Don't deal it with me, okay? But listen, if somebody doesn't respond to you, don't get all tense about it and let that get under your skin. Just ignore them and just move on, and someone else will say hi to you, hopefully. Then there's cutting in line. I hate when people cut in line. I remember this sometimes during my school days. People would cut in line, or they would ask if they would cut in line and stuff. Nobody should ever cut in line, okay? It's not fair. I mean, I know you don't want to be in the line for a long time or whatever, but you have to wait your turn and just be patient. Be the bigger person and just go in the back of the line. Why cut in line? It isn't fair. Another thing, people yawning, coughing, or sneezing on people. That is so disgusting and nasty when people yawn or cough or sneeze on you, okay? Especially if they're sick and they come into school or to work anyways, anyways. That is really disgusting. Listen, if you are sick, don't come to school or work, okay? Because you're going to get other people sick, and it's going to be your fault, okay? And if you do, if you're able to come to school or work, just at least bring some tissues. Yeah, just bring some tissues or something. That's why we have tissues, so you can blow, not be sneezing and coughing on people. And if you cough, cover your mouth. And if you sneeze, you can also, sneeze on your clothes or whatever, or cough on your clothes, like on the right or your left arm or something of a shirt. Don't do that on people. And if you sneeze in your hand or cough, it's going to leave germs. And then the other person, if they touch like a doorknob or something, they're going to end up getting sick. And people, that's why you should always carry sanitizers. It'll prevent you from getting sick and killing the germs. So remember, sanitizers is your friend. It'll protect you. That is so disgusting. Then there's poor table manners. Some people, they don't eat with forks or knives. They just completely eat with their hands. That is really disgusting, okay? And that is really a turnoff. Nobody wants to see you eating with your hands, okay? That's why we use forks and knives. I can understand, like, babies doing that, and some little kids, but come on. You're better than that. Grow up and just eat with forks and knives, okay? It isn't cute, and it isn't funny, and it isn't impressive for you eating with your hands, okay? Gross. That is just lazy and nasty. And lastly, disturbing others with noise or loud music. Now, sometimes I got this neighbor next door, and sometimes his friends or whatever will come over, and they'll play loud music. And sometimes, like when my parents are asleep or anybody else in the neighborhood. And that is just friggin' rude. What person will play loud music in the neighborhood when other people, God forbid, are trying to sleep? That is rude. You should at least just turn it down a bit or don't play music at all, especially loud music. I mean, there are other people in the neighborhood that have to get up in the morning, go to school, go to work or whatever, and they're not getting any sleep with your friggin' loud music. That is rude. And also, people should really turn off their music when they're coming home, especially in the neighborhood. You should at least turn down your loud music because some people may be asleep or whatever. You know, it just depends. And that's why when my parents usually come home, they turn down their music because they don't want to be rude. That's just what they do. They'll even do that sometimes in the daytime. They just don't want to be rude, and I don't blame them. And what's also rude is when people, like if they got their cell phone on, like if they at work or something, or in a meeting or something at work or anywhere else that's really important, you should at least put your phone on vibrate. That's really rude when someone's talking and then your phone goes off with your ringtone on, or you just got loud noise on your cell phone. That's really rude. Cut it out. That's really rude. And what's also rude, another thing, when people's talking and you interrupt them. It's like, wait your turn, okay? I'm still talking. I'm not even finishing. You're interrupting me. What kind of crap is that? You know, if people would just try to find a way to not be rude, then this world could be a better place. But right now, it ain't happening. I don't see it. Anyways, this has pretty much been my rant on rudeness. Tell me what you think about rude people and so on. Bye.